Hello.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. That was my impression of Joe. This is the evening poetry show, Joe Weil's show, temporarily hijacked by Micah, and I'm here, and Joe is here obviously, and Tom Bair is still here, and
I'm always obvious. That's true. They even wrote that in one critique on a grant proposal, overt and obvious. But anyway, go ahead. It's my style.
So we're gonna each read a poem that we like, not our own. I'm gonna read some Michael S. Harper. This poem's called "A Narrative of the Life and Times of John Coltrane, played by himself." I used to have this poem memorized at one point. Hamlet, North Carolina. I don't remember the train whistles, or corroding trestles of ice seeping from the hangband, vaulting northward in shining triplets. But the feel of the reed on my tongue haunts me even now. My incisors pulled so the pain wouldn't lurk on Cousin Mary. In High Point I stared at the bus which took us to band practice on Memorial Day. I could hardly make out in the mud place marks, separations of skin sketched in plates above the rear bumper. Mama asked, "What's the difference between North and South Carolina?" A cappella notes of our church choir, doping me into arpeggios, into sheets of sound, labeling me into dissonance. I never liked the photo taken with Bird, miles without sunglasses, me in profile, almost out of exposure. These were my images of movement. When I hear the sacred songs, auras of my mother at the stove, I play the blues. What good does it do to complain? One night I was playing with Bostic, blacking out, coming alive only to melodies where I could play my parts. And then on the train to Philly, I sang Naima, locking the door without exit, no matter what song I sang. With remonstrations of the ceiling of that same room I practiced in on my back when too tired to stand, I broke loose from crystalline habits I thought would bring me that sound.
It's a terrific.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, Tom, you want to go
Yeah.
next? Okay. Tom Bair, doing one of his.
Tom Bair,
favorites.
everyone.
T-Bear. Teddy
Teddy
Bear.
I've had never heard that one.
I was lucky enough to read with In fact, Mike drove down with me, Michael and Jan Becker, when I read with Michael S. Harper. Been a great time. We all sat around, drank Jamesons in the hotel afterwards,
With Michael
talked
Harper?
into the late evening.
Wow.
Yeah, we killed a bottle of
He's a
Jameson's
wonderful
together.
guy.
He's
Yeah, I
a
bought a
super
bottle
nice
of-
guy.
Terrific.
That's awesome, man.
Teaches at Brown.
He,
All right.
he submitted a poem to the Ark of Crablands.
You
No,
guys
we
didn't
didn't.
reject it.
No.
Oh, okay, you took it.
Yeah.
He took it. Yeah.
Michael S. Harper's.
Yeah, we had Michael S. Harper in the.
What?
Try,
Yeah.
Which issue?
One of the ones. I think maybe
Yeah.
the one with Vellum on it, or the one without Vellum on it. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Well, what I did was I sent them an email.
Look,
like,
I miss you guys. I miss you. I miss Dana. I had so much fun at the university when you guys were there creating with me. Really.
Yeah.
It's a shame. The other kids, they're great, but there's certain classes that are just special,
Yeah.
and you don't know why, but you remember it all your life, and you guys were that to me.
That's right. He sent me some poems too, and I didn't say one thing one way or the other. I didn't know if he sent them to me
Yeah.
as like a buddy or
No,
it was so
he
bizarre.
meant it.
Yeah, I
Go
should
ahead,
steal
Tom.
them and use them.
Yeah, he was great. He was really like no pretension at all.
No, man's great. Go ahead.
All right. I've had a James Wright few months, so it's called Beginning by James Wright. The moon drops one or two feathers in the fields. The dark wheat listens. Be still, now. There they are, the moon's young, trying their wings. Between the trees, a slender woman lifts up the lovely shadow of her face. And now she steps into the air. Now she is gone wholly into the air. I stand alone by an elder tree. I do not dare breathe or move. I listen. The wheat leans back toward its own darkness, and I lean toward mine.
Wow, that's great. All right, it's my turn, and I'd like to, if I can find this poem now on here, I'd like to dedicate it to, I'd like to dedicate it to Kaylin, who's Leslie Haywood's daughter, and Kaylin has been, I don't know, she's just been a terrific kid, and she's like my little prophet. She has the greatest sensitivity for a child I've ever seen, and this is for her. Sixth song of Song of Myself from Whitman. A child said, "What is the grass?" Fetching it to me with full hands. How could I answer the child? I do not know what it is any more than he. I guess it must be the flag of my disposition, out of hopeful green stuff woven. Or I guess it is the handkerchief of the Lord, a scented gift and remembrancer designedly dropped, bearing the owner's name some way in the corners that we may see and remark and say whose. Or I guess the grass is itself a child, the produced babe of the vegetation. Or I guess it is a uniform hieroglyphic, and it means sprouting alike in broad zones and narrow zones, growing among black folks as among white, Canuck, Tuckahoe, Congressman, Cuff. I give them the same. I receive them the same. And now it seems to me the beautiful, uncut hair of graves. Tenderly will I use you, curling grass. It may be you transpire from the breast of young men. It may be, if I had known them, I would have loved them. It may be you are from old people, or from offspring taken soon out of their mother's laps. And here you are the mother's laps. This grass is very dark to be from the white heads of old mothers, darker than the colorless beards of old men, dark to come from under the faint red roofs of mouths. Oh, I perceive after all so many uttering tongues, and I perceive they do not come from the roofs of mouths for nothing. I wish I could translate the hints about the dead young men and women, and the hints about old men and mothers and the offspring taken soon out of their laps. What do you think has become of the young and old men? And what do you think has become of the women and children? They are alive and well somewhere. The smallest sprout shows there is really no death. And if ever there was, it led forward life, and does not wait at the end to arrest it, and ceased the moment life appeared. All goes onward and outward. Nothing collapses. And to die is different from what anyone supposed, and luckier.
Follow me, everyone.
Yeah, that's amazing. Caitlin did a really nice thing. I was missing an ex-girlfriend, and Caitlin had known her. And she knew it. She says, "You miss her, don't you?" And it was one of these gloomy days, and we were out in the garden. And she said, "I want to show you something she taught me." She drew all these little half circles that made a chrysanthemum. It's a perfect flower that my ex had taught her. And I remember the sensitivity of this child. She goes, "You know, sometimes, Joe, you have to take a break from somebody." And amazing kid. So for Kaylin, who I love as if she were my own daughter, this is a great poem. All right, favorite poem.